Hey everyone, it's Tyler, back here with another installment of Tips and Tricks. Still working on a name, don't have one. As I've been going through the scripting of some of these videos and putting them together, I've kind of seen that 30-second, 1 minute, minute and a half videos probably just isn't going to be the best thing for us. I think we're shortchanging knowledge and understanding for me just trying to get videos done. And that's not what we want. So I've decided to kind of just flip the script, and I'm going to, some of these I'm going to go in depth, and it'll be a little bit longer of learning and tutorials, and some we will package together, a few of them, and we'll kind of go through some topics pretty quick. So the first one to get started on is everyone's arch nemesis and best friend, project sharing. So project sharing basics. I would think, as most all of you know, that you have a .vwxp project file, and you've seen a .vwxw working file. That project file needs to live in the cloud. We work in Dropbox, but you can also use Vectorworks Cloud. And you can use Google, but Google's a little tougher. We haven't seen a lot of success on that. So we just currently use Dropbox. It's the easiest to share with a lot of our contractors and freelancers. Once you open that project file, then it creates a .vwxw working file on your local machine. And then those two are always married for time and eternity, unless we have to create a new project file, and then you have to create a new working file, which we've seen. The nice thing about this is that you always open your working file from your local machine, and when you're done and you save and commit, it pushes that information to the project file. So here's a good way of seeing it, is that you have multiple different people that are working on that same file, and each person has a .vwxw working file on their machine, and each of those talk to the project file. So let's kind of go over and let's look at how that happens. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to open up this project sharing basics.vwxp project file. It is in the cloud. I click open, and what it does is it automatically opens up and creates a working file up top. Like I said, VWXW. And once you open this and it creates a working file, always, step number one, go and save. Save that working file. I'm going to save it locally onto my desktop just for training purposes, but I'm saving it locally. Click save. I've already done this, so I'm replacing it. Yes. Very first thing you should do, because if you save it now, your machine will start to do its auto backups, and you will have an auto backup of this project shared file. So let's say it's a blank file. I'm getting ready to draw stuff here. What we want you to do is we want you to check full layers out. Don't just check objects out, check full layers out. The easiest way to do that is go over here to your navigation pane, right click on it, and then click check out. Now, most of you probably have a dialog box that popped up and asked if you want to add comments to checking out. You'll notice on there that there is an option to not ever show that pop up again. You can choose to deselect that. As you can see, mine didn't pop up because I don't leave comments when I check stuff out. So now that I have this, I have done some stuff in here. I've drawn, and now I'm ready to push that information to the project file. So file, save, and commit. Whoops, not close and release. Do not click that. Actually, that's good. It showed you. Let me actually show that to you. Close and release. This is saying you're attempting to release one or more objects or layers that you have modified in this working file. In order to release them, all your changes in the working file must either be committed into the project file or discarded. This is basically you told it, okay, I'm done and I just want to get out of here, and it's saying, hey, you have some changes. Do you want to commit them to the project file, or do you want to discard what you've done? And that's up to you to make that decision if you want to commit it or not. But you do need to go to a save and commit. And here is added random things. I do suggest that we do comments when we're checking stuff back in. The comments should be around what was the work we just did. Click OK. You'll notice the layer that's over here that was blue, indicating it was checked out. You'll see that it is now gone back to being checked out. Now, if you get into a drawing and you see that some of these layers are grayed out, that means that someone else has them checked out. And how you can find out about that is you can go to File, Project Sharing, and you can go into here and actually look at the history. And you will see there are users here, but when you have a layer checked out, you will see who has that checked out, when they checked it out, so on and so forth. But now if I go in here, I can see this is what happened, who did this, they put some comments in here, and it was released. Now, one of the final things I want to mention, and it is very important, is once you do a save and commit, you must wait for your Dropbox to sync. So up here, if you click that little Dropbox drop down and make sure that it says your files are up to date, you can see that I had some training files. That is good, up to date. I did a save and commit. Everything was fancy. Because if you do not allow it to sync, then it can lock up that file for everyone using it, and then sometimes we do have to reset that project file. And now let's say that the next time I'm going to go and get into this file, I'm going to go to Open, and instead of going and opening the project file, which again, this is the original project file that I had opened, what I want to do is I actually want to open my working file, which is right here, .vwxw, my local file. Click OK. It opens, and if there are any changes that have happened to this, you will see right up here, this refresh active working file, this little icon. They've made it almost as small as it could possibly be. Actually, I bet it is larger in regular mode. Right there. So you can see it says refresh document. That will have a little red indicator next to it if there has been changes to the project file and it needs to be updated. You can click that. It'll refresh your working file, and it will bring everything, any of the changes that any other users had, into here. It makes it really nice, really easy to collaborate with each other, not worry about stepping on each other's toes. Project sharing actually is probably one of the most monumental things, I think, in collaborative drawing. The ability for multiple people to work in different areas on a drawing, not have to save 15, 16 versions with your initials at the end, as we did in times past. So I think it's a very powerful thing. Don't be scared of project sharing. I think it's a wonderful thing. Yes, it has its quirks because we're working in the cloud. Anytime you rely on data going into a network and coming back down, there's going to be hiccups. There's going to be some problems. But that's just the way it kind of is. So that's it for project sharing. If you have any other specifics that you'd like to know about this, let me know, and I will see you on the next one.